Collective, welcome to your reading. Collective, this is a general spirit check-in, not a one-to-one spirit check-in. So you might not resonate with the whole reading. You might not resonate with any of the reading. Whatever you do resonate with, please take what you need and leave the rest behind. Collective, I could be picking up on your energy or on the energy of someone who's in your energy. So if it doesn't feel like I'm speaking about you, please switch the energies around. This reading is in correspondence to the medicine wheel. What's coming in on the eastern horizon of your life, what is new illumination, new experiences dawning in your life that brings you into the summer of your life, the south. Then into the west, into the western door. When it's in south, it's flourishing and ripe and vibrant and growing and plush and, fullness, in its fullness, okay? Then it comes into the south when it's now getting ready to die, like all the trees do up here in Canada. Everything turns orange and yellow. It's beautiful, but everything is going back to sleep, where everything gets pulled into the roots. And where are the roots? Into the underworld. What is the north? The underworld, the spirit. The underworld, the unconscious, and the spirit realm is all the same thing. It's all the same. It's just different ways of understanding it. Okay. What's on the bottom of the deck, Creator? I only read these cards in upright, okay? Okay. I'm going to light some sage before I start pulling in the messages here. My ears are itching. There we go. Information already wants to come in. Creator, please bless this reading. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom and the guidance of the Most High for the collective. Protect this sacred space. Only knowledge, wisdom, and guidance of the highest domain is welcome here. Thank you. Sip of cappuccino. Okay. So what is coming in on the horizon of your life? Okay. Ooh, hold on a second here. Oh my gosh, okay. Whoa. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Okay. Gave me language for this in its fullness so everyone understands where they need to understand it. Okay, so coming in on the eastern horizon of your life is Eye of the Needle, intentionality. Eye of the Needle, intentionality. There's a siren going on outside. I don't know if you can hear it. Probably not over the music. Okay, so Eye of the Needle, and this is number 17. When 17 breaks down, it becomes an 8. Just making sure I don't set myself on fire because I got a candle going here. 8 is the 8th house, which is the house of Scorpio. So that is the shamanic energy. So, you know, resonance, you know, my channel is the showing up of divination, my coming out after a long 10 years of a dark night of the soul. You know, and I've gone through many dark nights of the soul, but this one was a doozy. You know, so I resonate with this energy because this is shamanic energy and resonance. Like I said, I'm connecting to my shamanic energy, therefore I'm attracting others that are also, we're all on the same path. We're all answering a call that no one else can answer for us. Okay, and it's going to cost us oftentimes 90% of the people around us, if not more. Okay, it cost me, everybody, excluding 2 people, well, I'll say 4 people now. My daughter, her husband, my grandson, and my own husband. But it cost me everybody else in my life, and a good friend of mine that's in Ontario, a very good friend of mine. So yeah, so 5 people. It cost me everything except for a precious handful of people that is precious to me, that I keep safe and protected. I don't show it all to the world and show it all off. Like, no, that's my private life. No one gets a part of that. So that's it. And that's what I'm seeing here with you, is you've gone through the eye of the needle intentionally, and it's cost you everything. What's coming in on the horizon of your life, for some of you this has already happened, for some of you this is happening now, and for some of you this is about to happen. Some sort of a spring, and we're heading into spring now, like up in Canada, so there we go. Some sort of passing through a channel that's going to cost you. I'm seeing symbolically hats go flying, jackets, scarves, fur coats. This is all symbolic. This is all abundance of things we're carrying with us, whatever it is, baggage, attachments, whatever, you know, addictions, attitudes, beliefs, how we speak to ourselves, how we speak to others. Like, oh my gosh, it's not just baggage. There's many things that we have in ourselves that we carry with us that we can't take with us. And that's what's happening with you. There's many things in you that you can't take with you into a new something in your life that is dawning in your life, that is requiring your authentic essence, because it's taken you into the shamanic realm. This is not a one and done, and this is not new. I feel like for probably 99% of you, if not all of you, you know what this energy is. You understand what's going on. It doesn't make it easy. Doesn't make it that process any easier. In fact, it's easier to not know what the fuck is going on. And then that's usually how it happens, you know, is with a lot of people, is they don't understand. They just go through like a boom, 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 boom. And then when they come out of it, they look back, and then all of a sudden information comes to them from various sources unexpectedly out of the blue that kind of instructs them what they've just come through, you know. And that's often how it is. And sometimes if you know, sometimes that sucks, you know. So probably for all of you, this has already happened then, because let us not sabotage anybody's path just because of information. So And let me say, whatever is getting stripped of you, you're ready to let go of it. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Okay? Letting go of my adoptive family wasn't easy, but I knew I had to do it. I knew I was ready to do it, but it didn't make that process easy. It was still, I still had to go through the process. You can't think your way through that. You have to do it. You know, so there you go. And that's what's happening here. So this is bringing you into your summer, and this is 9 energy. So it's interesting, 8 and then 9. So there's a progression here. 8, 9, and 9 is near completion. You're nearing the finish line. And what I'm seeing in the fullness of your life, dancing on one foot, the balancing act, you're going to be incredibly busy. Very, very busy. There's like, the Creator's not allowing you, your higher soul, your contracts, whatever this is, you've contracted for it. It is written. It is on time. It is like, it is scheduled, appointed, written, and on time. And whatever's going on here is going to keep you incredibly busy. I feel like you agreed to this to help integrate what's left of you, because what is getting stripped of you, you're not going to be left from that. See what's in here? What's in there? An eye, clarity, sight, clearness, your sight, your vision. There's some sort of I'm seeing like the eye of Ra, almost the eye of Ra, like all-knowing, omnipresent. And that's how we're supposed to be. That's how gurus are, you know, like they say a good guru, or not even gurus, I'll say prophets. That's how prophets are. That's what this is, some sort of a prophet. There's some sort of prophet energy, shamanic, prophesying energy that's coming into your life. And this is not grandiose. This is intimate. This is between you and the Creator. The more you talk about this, the more you will lose it. This is a mystery school. This is intimacy. You don't expose your intimacy with your spouse to the world. Well, nor do you do with your intimacy with the Creator to the world. Okay, that's it. This is secret. When you come to my channel, you're coming into a mystery school. Okay, and it's intimate. It's secret. It's, even though it's open to the world, and the private readings that I do are even more so. They're even more so. You know, very powerful, very, very, they're my favorite part of the whole channel is doing private readings. It's just incredible. I love it. Okay, so you're going to be incredibly busy. You signed up for this because what is getting stripped of you is not, you're not going to be left in that stripped energy. There's new energy coming in, but you can't fill a cup that's already full. You're going to empty the cup out, just as I'm about to. Or not all the way. Watch me guzzle my cappuccino on the channel. Like, no. Anyway, okay. Anyway, that's what I mean. So you're going to be incredibly busy integrating what is left of you, or solidifying, or more energies coming in. And I'm feeling it's going to be more energies coming in. Chaos, a lot of chaos, a lot of activity, a lot of action, a lot of experience. I'm seeing like a revolving door. I'm seeing winds, like winds swirling, a lot of mental activity, a lot of thinking, planning. There's going to be a lot of activity in your favor, integrating you into a new aspect of yourself, into a new pattern within yourself. Okay, and that is bringing you into the fall of your life, which is Horseman, Herald of Change. So something in your life that was emerging on the dawn of your life is now maturing into a herald of change. And that's what I mean, some sort of a prophet energy. And this doesn't necessarily mean it's grandiose. I'm seeing this like Ooh, through your life, through your evolution, through your growth, through, I feel like, oh, interesting creators. Okay, they're showing me like, whoever you guys are, you are people that do the work, you mean it. And I feel like the people around you in your lives, maybe for not all of you, but definitely for some of you, the people in your life have diminished you and made you feel very small. Maybe you kept yourself there also very small for like safety, being bigger, knowing there would be competitiveness for that energy, for that space, you know, for that authority, because taking over space is also authority, you know. It's like Rome expanding its empire, you know, the whole thing. It's taking up space. It's showing your dominion in your life. And that means taking up the space, like I did with my adoptive family. I showed my dominion by saying, no more. This is my life, not yours, mine. I'm responsible for it, not you, you know. And that's it. And it's uncompromising. And that's what I'm feeling about the Herald of Change, is that it's some sort of a prophet energy in your life, through your evolution, that you're going to be showing the way through your evolution. Like, people have looked down on you, but now that they see your growth, and look at the elegance. It's like a ballerina. You know how elegant a ballet dancer is, with all this, what's been stripped of you, and then what's coming in on what's going to be poured into you. But you're learning to dance without. You're learning to dance. Oh God, that makes me want to cry. They asked me to take a look at her clothing. Look at her clothing. It's like you've been stripped down to your bare essence. From whatever happened in the spring has stripped you down to your bare essence. And this bare essence is very magical. It's like elf, earth magic. Some sort of higher dimensional energy, higher dimensional frequency that you've been tapped into through being stripped down to your own essence and learning to walk in your trueness, in your true way, that is, because you are so much more with less. Can you see what I'm saying? That's what they just said. You are so much more with less. It's like Mark Manson in his book, it's public, you can find it for free on YouTube. He said when he lost everything, he was relieved. I think he lost his business and just all the stuff got stripped from him. He too went through the eye of the needle. And when he came out on the other side, he was relieved because he didn't have all this identity enhancement that he had to now keep alive. He just wanted to get back to himself instead of having to manage the business and manage this image and manage the car and manage the home and manage all my 5,000 suits and all my 5,000 shoes and all. Like, where do you have time for you? You don't. So when he lost it, I don't know what he had. I just know that he lost everything, and that he was so relieved, like, oh, finally I can now get back to me, to what's really important and what's really true. Because that's all just illusion. What, a pair of shoes has more power over you than your own soul? No, it's ridiculous. But for a season they do, because we expand into those illusions until they kind of exhaust, until we exhaust them. And then we realize they're not true. They're just enhancers of your beauty, but now they're just enhancers of the true essence of who you are. They're no longer... It's no longer the clothing makes the man or the clothing makes the woman. It's now that the woman now is enhanced by the clothing. Can you hear the difference? The change of okay, so that's what this is it's like people are seeing that shift in you, that you are enhanced. You are enhanced. It's not things that are enhancing you. It's that you are enhancing maybe the path even. I feel like you're enhancing the path, the spiritual path. Interesting. You are incredible. Some of the energy that comes through here is so like, I'm seeing it like the DNA strand that's twisting as it ascends, you know, that's what I'm seeing here is you've come through a spiral of ascension, now showing a different perspective of the spiritual path, of your own revolution, showing others also through your life, but a herald of change. Like it's like, okay, they're asking me to bring this in. When you see something and you become aware of something, that's a herald of change. That's a trumpet. Bum, ba-da. Like it says, like in the like in the book of Revelations, when the trumpets call, that's a trumpet. When you see something new about your life, about something coming in, and all of a sudden it shows you something about yourself, a truth and a new perspective. It's like a trumpet being blown that you can never go back to the old perspective, and you're going to want to try to. You know, I did for the longest time until I finally learned that when these things show up, these heralds of change, and I feel like you're a herald of change, showing a truth to a person that they already know in themselves, but they were sort of avoiding it because they still didn't quite trust themselves. They're still trusting the world around them. They're still trusting their counselor and their mother and their father and their teacher and their priest and their whatever, blah, 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 blah. Well, now that you've shown up in their life as a sovereign soul, and you've gotten that, first you trusted in the world until something was birthed in you, and now the things in the world enhanced you, and now you enhance the world. Now your capacity and your revolution with yourself and relationship with yourself enhances the world. This person sees that, just them seeing you and seeing that transformation and that shift, like the DNA of the spiral of the DNA, that shift of consciousness is a trumpet, because this is where they're going. This is this is the path that is pulling them onto. And it is requiring self-trust, it is requiring sovereignty, it is requiring authenticity. And so this is a kind of a death to an old version and a new version coming in. And what is coming in is root girl. I'm going to say root person, but I'll say girls, because the feminine has the aspect to be the feminine aspect of humanity, is the part of humanity that has the capacity to be impregnated by vision, by spirit, okay, which brings in new vision, new understanding, and not just mental. It's a new understanding, a new knowing, a new understanding that now is in your belly. It's now a part of your guts. It's a part of you now. It's not something you have to think about and remember in a crisis or in a situation where you're going to need that information. Wherever you go, it's there, because it's now a part of you. And that's what I mean. So root girl is what is being poured in. I feel like this is what is, because they're showing me, it's interesting, this card that is supporting the entire reading is lost in space, needing direction. But this isn't about you. This is about the people around you who you are going to be coming into contact with. People that have left an old version of themselves. They've been put into a season of rest and just drifting. They've just been drifting on the seas, and the waters are calm, and they've come out of the storm, and they've come out of it all, and they're whatever level out of that timeline, out of a specific timeline, and they're in a state of rest. And now they're like, okay, I've been in this boat now for like months. Like, okay, am I going to be stuck here forever? You know, where I don't see land anywhere in sight. And then They will be coming, they will be, yes, okay. Yes, and what you are bringing into people's lives around you is the roots. And the roots is in the underworld. And your connection to the underworld is going to be helping people go into their roots and trust. That's your way into the underworld. You don't just go into the underworld. You go into the underworld through your ancestry, and that is your roots. Whatever your ancestry is, whether you're Indigenous, Scottish, European, Asian, East Indian, West Indian, I don't know, whatever, wherever you come from is your access into the underworld, okay? And that is roots, and this is what is coming all over the planet. I'm just hearing acceleration, because as we're going into times that are going to be, these climate changes they're saying are going to be the new normal, and we're going to need something within us that can anchor us. Things in the world that used to enhance you, now you're going to enhance it by your own anchor within yourself. Okay? Because mythologies are dissolving. And we are in a place now, they're saying, many of them are saying we're going to be in this liminal space for several decades, being mythically rewritten, because all the old mythologies are slowly dissolving. They're crumbling and dissolving because they were part of the age of Pisces, and Pisces is leaving. We are leaving and entering into a new sign of Aquarius. Okay? And that is what is coming in, is understanding the roots, because when you understand that, you understand the antinomian truth that everyone is right, starting with yourself. Once you see the world from your roots, from the underworld, you can see everybody from the underworld and understand that's why we're here. You know, it's not everybody will be called to go to those depths, but in some way they will be serving you. Whether they go to the depths themselves or not, they'll be helping you do it through betrayal, through helping you exhaust certain beliefs that keep you from going into your roots. You know, those belief systems will be exhausted. These will be people that will be helping you in your transformation through probably darkness and shadow. There will be those that will be of the light also, that will help you with guidance and all of that. But oftentimes the true teachers are those that hold the darkness, because there's so much medicine in the dark. So much medicine. That's why on my channel you see a little white bird in the corner, or a dark bird, a black bird in the corner, and the white bird also. There has to be balance. There's got to be. It doesn't mean they're exactly balanced, you know. It's they are in their own ways. Okay, let's not get into that. Okay, here we go. Let's do some clarification now. The shamanic deck for the East. Okay, what is the eye of the needle, creator? What is the eye of the needle? Intentionality. What is coming in on the horizon for the collective? This shamanic energy. Scorpio, the 8th house. Multidimensional because of the 8. There's 2 dimensions there, the upper and the lower, This is the sign of eternity. You turn it sideways, this is the sign of eternity. It's also the sign of the Métis in North America, and I'm sure in the United States too, I'm pretty sure. And it's also the sign of the magician. There you go. Okay. Yeah, you bet. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys make me cry. You guys make me cry. Oh, the 8th house. Okay, so the eye of the needle. What is coming in is definitely stripped you, bringing you down to the essence of your vision, of your sight. And your sight is coming through your roots, through the true essence of who you are. Even if you are multi ancestral, have many different ancestries in you, that's beautiful. You know how much magic you have in you? The round table of ancestry, you know, all your ancestors sitting around the round table from the cultures, the different cultural perspectives you hold within you is incredible. You know, it's incredible. That is awesome. So here we are. So what is here? The 7 of Pentacles in reverse. This now stage where you were being brought into your shamanic energy was after a long journey. 7 of Pentacles in reverse feels like you are working and working and working and working for years, decades with no results. But there is results, because what is now over you, what is now over top of you is your roots. And what are your roots allowing this giraffe to do? Gather food from the deep. The tree now, there is now a sustenance and nourishment from the underworld that you now can access because of your connection to your roots. That is now the governing life that sustains you. This is the governing life, higher dimensional force within your life that is sustaining you. And I'm feeling for many of you, this will be multicultural ancestry, which is beautiful. Your round table, the Knights of the Round Table, absolutely. Serving the one within, serving the essence, serving the true. Your relationship to gathering the deep, I feel like this is definitely because you are coming into so much abundance with the 9 of Pentacles upright in the Spirit Bear. And Spirit Bear, okay, what is the medicine of the bear? The medicine of the bear, this was shown to me in 2003 when I had a dream one night. I was in bed and I have these animal visitations where my eyes are open, you know, when the room is dark. I can't see that, even if there's a little bit of light coming in, I can't see the room. I'm literally in a whole other dimension. And there'll be an animal, there'll be a big boa constrictor, there'll be there have been bears, there have been spiders, there's been birds, like all kinds of animal visitations that I'll have. Anyway, this one, I was lying in bed and there was a huge grizzly bear leaning in. It was a mother bear, and she was leaning into the hole of like a den. I could even see the earth and the overhang of the vegetation hanging into where I was. And she leaned in and she was like, rah! And she had her big claws out and she was about to swipe me to wake the fuck up. And I was like, whoa! I opened my eyes just to see her huge, like 7-inch claws, like just about to come down and take a big chunk out of me. And I rolled out of bed so fast. I was out of bed, like, whoa, 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 whoa. And my ex at that time was like, what? I woke him up. And then just the sound of his voice brought me back into the 3D. And all of a sudden I can see the ceiling, I can see the bed, I can see the floor. And I started crying. There's no bear, there's no attack, there's no nothing. But what that took me into like a 5-year teaching and understanding of that experience, because that scared the living shit out of me. And what that taught me is what do bears eat. And this was a grizzly bear. This wasn't just a black bear. This was a grizzly bear, Ursus, the great Ursus. Okay, the great cave bear. You know, that's usually where grizzly bears live, is in the caves. You know, they den in the cave or in a hole somewhere. Anyway, so the bear eats carrion. What is carrion? dead meat. It is dead, rotten meat. And the bear also eats salmon. So both have very shamanic ingredients for a shaman's diet, because what are the dead dynamics of your life that you have not yet been able to release yourself from, but you're in dynamics in your life that are dead, you're aware of it, you have not yet released yourself from these dynamics, but in some way there is nutrients in the decomposition process that is not found anywhere else, and you need those nutrients for where you're going. Okay, you're going into a different, when you go into the underworld, you can't just eat Pop-Tarts and pizza. Okay, you need real food that's going to sustain you, keep you alive, keep you healthy, keep your body healthy, so that your body is not spending all of its energy digesting toxins. I'm speaking physically and literally, as well as metaphorically and symbolically. Okay, it's not about what you're eating. It's not only about what you're eating, it's also about what are you eating, what are you taking in. Okay, and the spirit bear diet is bringing in, because of your connection to the underworld that is now over top of you, sustaining you. Okay, is helping you, learning, teaching you how to eat of the nutrients within the decomposing dynamics of your life, meaning understanding the truth. Now that whatever's in your life is dying, understand its service to you. How did it sustain you? How will it further sustain you? How will these experiences further sustain you? It's dead. How does that still sustain you? Through the decomposition process, through what's in the nutrients that aren't found anywhere else, except in the except within the decomposition process. The gases and bacterias and chemicals, chemistry, chemical reaction of the decomposition process, and how that will sustain you as you are opening up shamanic eyes. Okay, because you can't know the heights unless you know the depths. Okay, so this is, if you don't resonate with this is not your reading, because we're going even deeper than this. Okay, so if this is not your reading, click off and go to a different reading. But for those of you that do resonate, this is powerful stuff. Okay, very powerful. What does the bear also eat? Salmon. What do salmon do? Salmon come up from the depths of the ocean, from the depths where it's darkest, where the water is heavy, oppressive, bearing down, very little light, very little consciousness, very little awareness. Well, the salmon comes up from the depths. They're often on the bottom, and they come up from the depths and they enter the freshwater streams in order to lay their eggs, and they have to swim against the current. Well, part of your diet in eating salmon is symbolic of what you've had to do with swimming against the current of your own life, going against the status quo, going against the belief systems of those around you, belief systems about the world and about the people around you, and also belief systems that you were fed about yourself. Now you're no longer in alignment with those anymore. Okay, and you have transcended these. They have died in you and will sustain you. That decomposition process is slow, and it will sustain you throughout this process. Okay, this is incredible. What an honor to read this energy, you guys. Like, I mean it. This is incredible. But with this also was playfulness. You need to learn the balance of the deep work but also the panda plays. This is still spirit bear. A bear is a bear, grizzly bear, spirit bear, black bear, polar bear, whatever, okay? It's all bear, spirit bear. This is panda, this is spirit bear panda now. And pandas are very playful. So with this new energy that is coming into your life, you are being asked to now, don't forget the balance of play. You gotta have play. Otherwise the path is going to be heavy and you're just not going to be happy. And I feel like I don't even have to tell you this. I feel like this is already here. This is already here. I don't have to tell you this. You're already experiencing this, the balance of play. And I'm feeling like this was not previously open to you. Or maybe you weren't previously open to it. Yes, now everything in your life, even the play is enhancing you. And you, where once the play enhanced you, whenever you could access it, now you are enhancing the play. Now you are enhancing the play. It's like you're animating the world. Like, I'm seeing like, you know, Tinkerbell, that powder, that golden sprinkly mist. That's what I see wherever you go because of who you are and your authenticity with spirit and yourself. You are enhancing. Like, things are brighter when you're there. Things are more vibrant. Your clothes are more vibrant. The world is more vibrant when you're around. It's just your essence. You enhance the world now. And that's what I mean. That's it. Okay, and what's on the bottom of the deck for this is justice. Justice. You are the justice. This is justice that you have brought into you by choosing you. And that you brought into others. You no longer had to beat up against anyone else's defenses trying to be heard. You had to first hear yourself. Once you hear yourself, you don't need anyone else to really hear you. And when a situation calls for it where you're like, no, I need to clarify myself here, you have no problem doing it. And that gives everybody justice. When you honor yourself, you honor everyone. Period. Okay? All right, let's go into the south now. The golden, that was delicious. What a delicious, oh, that was beautiful. That was so satisfying. That was like a full course meal. Oh, that was beautiful. I feel like I got some of those nutrients too when I was going through those dimensions. And that's what I mean. The tarot was dimensional. You know, a reader will take you as far as they have gone. Okay? What is dances on one foot, creator? What is dances on one foot? And the 9th house is also your relationship to God. Your relationship to spirituality. That's the 9th house in the zodiac of the astrological wheel. So the 9th house. So this is what people can see about you because you have been stripped down after coming through the eye of the needle into your essence. And this is showing, people can see your relationship to the Creator. They can see it. It is evident. They hear it in how you speak. When you speak, your words land on the earth with power, with authority. You have authority. You've been given authority and people feel it. They feel it. And that's why you are the herald of change. Oh, I love it. I love it. Because even last night, how was I thinking of this? There's a new energy dawning on the planet. I can feel it. I'm sure many of you can too. It's dawning on the planet. It's new systems of thought that maybe are not being publicized on the internet or whatever. Maybe they're being seen in small pockets of people. But I could feel it last night going, oh, I can feel something's coming. Very good. All right. What did I say? Yes. Okay, here you go. People can see your relationship to the Creator. They can see it. It is evident in how you walk, how you talk, how you speak, how you live your life, the way you are. It's genuine, it's real, it's true. Okay? And in that, you are one hell of a force to be reckoned with. You're very resilient because of the things you've had to overcome in yourself. This was a long, like I said, 7 of Pentacles in reverse. A long path. You are truly the shaman. You have done the work. You have gone the distance. You have gone into the depths. You know who you are. You know how you are. You know the power you have. You know that's also unfolding and still unfolding even as we speak. You are still expanding as is everyone else. But this reading isn't about everyone else. It's about you. And that's it. And people can see this. They can see this. People that used to hold you in a small place no longer do. They are scared to approach you. They don't know how to approach you anymore. You are not who you used to be. People don't even recognize you anymore. You have transformed. I'm feeling you carry the essence of beauty. You carry the essence of beauty, true beauty. Because it shows from the inside of you, your home. So I feel like God lives within here with you, the Holy Spirit, the great mystery, the Creator, your higher soul. You are integrated, you are congruent. You are congruent. Never mind religious, some religious people that say they are spiritual, but their lives sure don't friggin' show it. It really doesn't show it. That's incongruency. But you are congruent. You're congruent. Your life demonstrates your spirituality. This is incredible. And a great sense of luxury, satisfaction. Beautiful, because you know your resources. You know who you are. You know what you have in you. You know your connection to the Creator. And as I said, you're going to be incredibly busy. Very, very, very busy. Yeah, you have when you are in the fullness of this energy of your relationship to Creator, like when Creator calls you to a task, it's going to be go time. When the Creator calls you to a task that you have signed up for, it's going to be go time. Okay, that's what I mean. You're not flung. Sometimes we are, and sometimes I'll say it this way. Sometimes that's how it feels. We're flung into something, like fired out of a freaking cannon, hairs flying and everything else. I'm not ready, and it's like you signed up for this. You're ready. Just trust yourself. Go. And that spirit calling behind you, like, you got this, and you're like, no. Okay. What's on the Western door, Creator? What's on the Western door? What's on the Western door? What is Horseman, Herald of Change? What is Horseman, Herald of Change? So yes, I feel like you're going to be very busy with people that are looking for direction, needing new direction. Okay, am I taking this? No. Okay, not taking them. Okay. They weren't upright anyway, so like they weren't face up. Normally that's, sometimes I take them, sometimes I don't, but this was no, those are not called. And if they are, they'll show up again, because they always do. The cards that are meant to be are always meant to be. They will always show up in the reading. Holy. Okay. That's why. I'm like, this doesn't make sense, creator. Okay. Death is on the bottom of the deck for this. And I was like asking, like, what? That doesn't make sense. And the creator's like, no, because you're entering, they just showed me a great big gear. A great big gear. You've come through many cycles, many cycles, but you're entering into a new season that is larger than the cycles that you have just come out of. That's why death seems like what? They're entering into stagnancy? That doesn't make any sense. Or like immobility. It's going to feel like that because you are in new territory. You are beginning into new territory. Even though this is the end, this is also the beginning. The end is the beginning. The end holds the beginning. It's making room for the beginning. Okay? So the end, whatever's coming in here, herald of change, is announcing the beginning and the access to the roots. To the roots. And I believe in my experience, that's what Christ meant. I am the way, the truth, and the life. When you go into yourself through your roots and what is authentically you, you are the way, you are the truth, you are the life. And that is true for everybody. That's why that universal axiom that says everyone is right, starting with yourself, because we're all here in contract with ourselves and the creator and our higher selves to learn. And that means we're going to make a mess. And other people are going to be like affected by it, and they're going to take offense to it, just like I've taken offense in my life to other people's lessons that came into my life, that splashed into my life as a betrayal or as a act of war, or you know what I'm saying, because that's how I interpret it, And for some people that may be true, intentionally splashing shit into like other people's lives because they can't face their own war with themselves. But either way, we're all here to wake up from each other. We're all here to wake up with each other because we're hardwired to respond to each other. We're interrelational. That's how the brain works. Even Deepak Chopra was even talking about that. The brain is it only works in relation with, Okay, so with this herald of change, anew is your announcement of your life. This is like your herald of change is like the draining out, the final remnants of a draining out of there's still more there, but I feel like what's draining out is like a visible aspect of yourself, like the last remnants of a visible aspect of yourself. And whatever else drains out will be much more after this. Whatever continues to drain out, as will always, like it'll narrow down to the atomic, like it will, but you're on a new cycle. You've let go of major things, and now you've entered onto a great big new, like 20-year cycle now. New cycle. Your death in this cycle, the transformation of this cycle, you've come through it. You've come through the death. It's over. What has died is over. Okay, it is completed. It's completed. It is, and its completion, and in its completion is the announcement of new change. And there's new ambition. You have new ambition entering into you. It's visible to people around you, and it's visible to you. You're very aware of who you are now, and very connected to your magician energy. When I say magician energy, I'm speaking from the realm of hermetics. I'm speaking from the realm of, they say that Christ was the ultimate magician. Why do you think the Magi came to see him when he was a baby? Christ was also one of the Magi. He was groomed for the life that he had. That's why I believe that's why the Bible kept out so much of his life. They only included his birth when he was 12 and when he was went into the desert at 30 years old, when he had 3 years of ministry until he was crucified. Because within that time of learning is where he was groomed as a child, learning from the Essenes and learning from the Greeks, from the ancient minds, from the remnants of Atlantis. I totally believe that. I totally believe that. And the church, the early men of the church, did not want people having that access to sovereignty. And now all of those world religions are now crumbling. And that sovereignty that the church tried to keep hidden is now seeping through the cracks. It's the new flood that is coming onto the planet, but it's not water. It is consciousness. It is the original feminine aspect. Oh, interesting. Maybe that's what that is. The root girl emerging, the feminine nature of humanity emerging from the depths, coming back. It was relegated. And that's what they say about Christianity, is that, because Christianity, from how I saw it, was created from Rome as a political, how do I say this, initiative to keep the control over the area at that time. And it just became what it was. But Christ didn't invent a religion. He was taking the burden of religion from the Old Testament and from the lawyers and scribes at that time and giving it to the people to release them into sovereignty. And that's why they crucified him, was the religious that crucified him, to keep alive a way of life, because it gave them power. And he took that power like a modern day Robin Hood of his time, except he wasn't stealing money. He was stealing sovereignty, taking it from the people that held it and giving it back to the people. Okay, and that's what this is, and that's what you are announcing in your life. Some people see a magician and they think sorcerer. You know what? What you see, who is the magician? Depends on who is looking. It depends on who is looking. Because you will see and have a contract with what you see. And that will bring you through a part of yourself to another layer of perception, of looking at the same thing, but now you'll see it differently. And that's how it is for all of us. And that's why death on the bottom of the deck here is because you have come through that. And coming into not only, yes, you see, the magician energy, strength, the magician energy that is first founded in spirit, within you, within your soul, that is connected to the divine. That's what wine is. Turning water into wine is symbolic. It is taking, water is a symbol of the uninitiated. And when it's turned into wine, I've explained this process before in other channels, where your life has to get crushed to pulp. And that pulp is then squeezed into a vat. You are the vat, and your life will seal you. It'll seal you away, sort of isolate you. You'll put into a season of isolation, not by choice. You'll be there, not by choice. And you'll be put into darkness. You'll go through a season of darkness. But when you are released, you've been made divine. You've been purified. Okay, that's what that means. When people that think it's all glorifying and everything else, it's you haven't experienced it, because it is excruciating. Going into the dark is like a dark night of the soul. And when you come out, you are divine. That's what wine is. It is divinity. But it is being called forth out of the decomposition process, out of the fermentation process, of the dynamics of your life, as we discussed in spring, this is exactly what is going on. Yes, yes, yes. And through the fermentation process are nutrients that are not found anywhere else, only in the nutrients. And that's what releases and generates the anointing, the divine anointing within you. And I'm not talking religious anointing. I'm talking authentically you anointing. I feel this is energy that is new to the earth in the last 100 years even. It is emerging as the white buffalo of the white buffalo is symbolic of the systems of the world that are ending, that are over, that are dying. That's what the white buffalo symbolizes. And the peace pipe that comes with that, what the white buffalo Catwoman, is to make peace amidst this collapse of systems. Is to remember our bond to each other as everything around us is crumbling. Okay? That's what the peace pipe, that's what the peace pipe was all about. One more. Okay. Yes, okay. On the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Pentacles. So, herald of change. In your life, I feel like you're being demonstrated of being transformed from water into wine, from the uninitiated into the initiated into what? Into divinity, into the deeper aspect, the truth. I'm not talking some fake, airy-fairy bullshit divinity. I'm talking about divinity that is authentically you, that holds authority. When you speak, it lands on the earth with power. Boom. Like a new buffalo. Like a new buffalo. You are the new buffalo. Okay, so yeah, so the Eight of Coins, hard work. And root girl, this is the number 10, 46. 4 plus 6, when broken down, becomes a 10. And when 10 broken down becomes a 1. So this is the birth of you. This is the birth of you. Or the people around you. I think this is your birth, but people are seeing this through your life. So here we have the Knight of Coins, the 10 of Cups, the Page of Swords in reverse. And the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, yes, okay. So your herald of change, and I feel like you have done this yourself, moving forward through your life, working very hard on yourself, knowing what is no longer needed, what is now coming online, what is needed. You know, when you haven't been doing this every second of your life, this is a process. You've been in a process of understanding more of yourself, letting go of things, embracing new things, letting go of things, play, having lots of play. Having lots of play. So the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Pentacles. So you demonstrating where you come from, standing from within your roots, standing from within your roots that stretch deep down into the underworld, into hell, into your darkness, into the hardest times of your life that you have overcome that now sustain you. Your roots are fed from these aspects of yourself that are still decomposing in their own way, that still continue to feed you the nutrients of your soil, the nutrients of the soil of your psyche. That's it. Okay? And that still feeding you, giving you a great sense of happiness, satisfaction, homeness, feeling like you are home, you are back with yourself, you're home. It is beautiful. The Page of Swords. Then come a season of not knowing what direction to go into, and the Three of Cups in reverse. You know, being about the beginning. Yes, ma'am. Okay, here's the spiral. Here it breaks into the spiral. The Three of Cups is the emptying out, the beginning to pour out. So you have done this. You have gone through the pouring out that brought you through the eye of the needle, that brought you, readied you. The pouring out of the winter time of the darkest period of your life, when everything went into the roots, into the underworld. That's the winter of your life, where you had to pour out your attachments to the people in your life, the things in your life that gave you pleasure, that no longer serve you, that can't come forward with you into this new dimension that you're going into. This prepared you for the spring of going through the eye of the needle. So I see this as a spiral, okay? And these cards are true, each layer up, okay? Absolutely. Beautiful. What is the archetype of this reading, creator? What is the archetype of this reading? I want to pull an archetype card. Oopsie. And these two I don't take in reverse. Okay, make sure this is within an hour and 10 minutes for the sake of your guys' time. But you guys can always speed up the readings too. Sometimes I do that. I'll speed up a reading or whatever I'm watching just for the sake of time. And they say that's a neural divergent thing. Yeah, true. Okay. What is on the button? Oh my gosh. Everything just got really real. Orphan child. The orphan child. What the creator is saying is that the tribal mind around you, whether it doesn't matter if this is your parents or not, it doesn't matter, but whoever was around you, the tribe that raised you, and the things that you have let go of, you are now like orphaned. You are orphaned. Adopted by your own higher soul, adopted by the cosmos, adopted by spirit. That's why you are home. That's why you are such a powerful. I'm just going to read. The orphan child. Best known pattern in many fairy tales like Oliver Twist. That's one of my favorite stories. I was an orphan, okay? Reflects feelings that you aren't part of your family or tribal spirit. Helps develop psychic independence based on personal judgment and experience early in life. Shadow orphan manifests Shadow orphan manifests as failure to mature, as obsessive search for surrogate family structures to experience tribal union rather than moving on. The orphan child also forces us, invites us, it doesn't force us, it invites us in to examine our fear of surviving in the world alone. That's it. And you have the strength of this. Even though you may feel alone physically, you are not alone at all. Okay, let's make that known. So absolutely, very powerful. Okay, my beautiful, beautiful soul family. You guys are so tender. It is such an honor to read. The last 2 readings I have read for you have been just incredible. Thank you guys for being who you are, for tuning into my channel. It gives me the challenge of reading these energies that are so higher dimensional, that are beautiful, and that's all you. Alrighty, you guys, you take care, and I'll see you in the next reading. Okay.